Nostalgia is one of the most unique things we're capable of feeling. In theory, it might just be a short-lived reminder of another time, but its power is nevertheless totally captivating. But, as with every other elusive matter of intrigue in the modern world, we've chased away nostalgia in the effort of recreating it on demand. Nostalgia is a term derived from two ancient Greek words that refer to pain and homecoming. As a consequence of modern technology, this pain that we might have felt after, for example, longing to return to our childhood home has eroded beyond recognition. The seeds of modern nostalgia were planted with the beginning of accessible media. Movies could be rewatched, video games replayed, and today, something as little as a 6-second video you saw a few years ago today can spark an intense nostalgia trip. Our ancestors would happen upon their nostalgic prompts. We have ours infinitely ready at our fingertips. A widespread contemporary example of this dilemma can be seen in the re-emergence of Minecraft. Minecraft upon release was a video game that did extremely well, striking a particularly captive audience with children. Inevitably, its popularity waned as these children matured. Some even rebelled against the game, labeling it as cringeworthy. Later still, attitudes changed once again, and Minecraft was ushered into the Gen Z Hall of Fame because suddenly, the game was a timeless classic with the unfailing ability to transport people back to their childhoods. The story of how Minecraft came into this latent acclaim is one shared by all manner of other nostalgic phenomena, with just one difference: Minecraft's specific charm has diminished. If I close my eyes and reminisce on some very specific experience that I once had playing the game, I may still be able to muster some inkling of nostalgia, but the wave of familiar warmth is gone, and at the rate we're going, it's probably not coming back. And with the ever-increasing storage size of computers and servers, the types of experiences that you have to rely on your memory for are decreasing. Everything's becoming documented and replayable, which is a fun novelty, but completely ruins the emotion of nostalgia. Our ancestors lacked this ever-present ability to press replay on their memories and experiences, and as such, nostalgia occurred rarely, but with potency. If you see a picture of your childhood home that you no longer live in, you may feel nostalgia, but the newest generation of kids have countless social media posts perfectly documenting it, turning it into another accessible yet finite source of nostalgia. If you think about it, over time feelings of nostalgia should increase because you have more experiences to reminisce on. Yet I've felt less and less nostalgia every year. If I want to relive the past, it's just a few clicks away. Our increased documentation is ruining the ability to feel nostalgia. And as such, we've started to look to things adjacent to nostalgia, such as liminal spaces, just to get a vaguely similar feeling. Liminal spaces involve the creation of an experience you never had that still spark that nostalgic feeling. We've become nostalgia junkies, where we trick our brains into feeling nostalgia even for an event that hasn't actually happened. And the more we become accustomed to this, the less nostalgia we're inevitably gonna feel. We scrape the bottom of the nostalgia barrel, looking for anything that will spark that familiar feeling. One way people are accessing nostalgia is through dreams. Although we can document anything else, dreams remain unable to be stored, and as such, an influx of nostalgia relies on the setting of a dream. Through dreams, we can also allow liminal spaces to become tied to reality, instead of remaining a digital art form. The only problem is that because nostalgia is no longer tied to reality, the emotion has become more niche and unconventional. The way that Minecraft-type nostalgia is combined with liminal spaces on nostalgia core pages demonstrates their obvious ties. Another interesting thing to note is that nostalgia is becoming more abstract. We have to appeal to the collective unconscious. This is for multiple reasons. Of course, we can't use a specific nostalgia-provoking image because that only appeals to a very niche audience, say a family. But it also may be because we can't find nostalgia in anything concrete anymore. We have to abstract out the things that bring us nostalgia and create a new experience out of it. Once people start to realize this, nostalgia will have to be managed the same way many manage their dopamine or anxiety levels. That is, deliberately. Also, why is the feeling of eeriness and nostalgia being mixed? Maybe it's a misunderstanding of the feeling of nostalgia, but maybe it's just because the feeling of comfort that can be associated with nostalgia is impossible now. I no longer see a picture of my mother young, and my siblings different people, yet somehow familiar, and to feel a comforting nostalgia. I now only feel that when reminiscing on alien experiences that bear no resemblance to true reality in the uncanny valley. The emotion has become more sinister for me, and less enjoyable than it used to be. Anyway, I like that feeling, so I'm gonna foster it the only way I know how. All my nostalgia is gonna have to come from living in the real world and documenting nothing. Next time you want to remember something, turn the cameras off, and you might feel nostalgia again.